Hey all, Board Game Rants here. We'll find everything solo, tabletop gaming, and more. February, the short, cold month of February, is in the books, and I got snowed in for some days. What's a solo tabletop gamer to do? I played me some games. Let's check it out. How many games? Well, in the shortest month of the year, the most, I think, since I've been doing the show anyway. 72 sessions in total. I don't think I broke the 72 mark yet. And across 12 different games. And I threw in a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 in there. Those video games, I gotta just plug that because I still love video games. But back to all the gaming that I did. And these are, by the way, some pretty serious games. There wasn't a lot of the little short, there was no Uno in this one, for instance. You can play 7 games in 30 minutes kind of thing. This is the serious stuff. And Pinochle, I always play that on family nights 3 times. And The Mind, again, a family night kind of game that you play. And I'm playing, it's the same 4 people each time. And if you never played The Mind, I recommend it. It's just a great game, especially when you're playing with the same people. You really start to get to know each other. And now it's kind of like, okay, we can just get past the first and the second round. Then we can start hitting a stride. You start... the rhythm changes though each week. That it's weird. So you can be off, you can be on. For such a simple game, it's an amazing game. But on to Wingspan. Got some Wingspan in. Only a couple games. Played it once with people and once by myself, and it's still just a fantastic game. It really is. It's really, for me, one of the games that I'll be able to pull out when people come over to play. That keeps my interest because there's just so much to it, and it's so relatively easy to teach, and all the mechanics that go in it are mechanics that I love. Tableau building and engine building, and it's just beautiful, and people seem to take to it pretty readily. And so, Wingspan, couple games. Sprawlopolis, I threw in there. I played that once, and yes, that's a game you can play in about 10 minutes. And so I did. I mean, less than 10 minutes, quite frankly. So that's my one real quick game. I've talked a lot about that one. Ghost Stories. This is one that I picked up in a trade last month, and I like it. I like it a lot. I played it once with my son, and it's a cooperative game, a classic really by now, and very difficult. I don't know that we've really, I feel like I've came close once to winning it, and that was about it. Well, I've only played it 3 times, but I question, I don't really know what close is, quite frankly. But I played it twice just solo, and I'm glad that I have it. I was planning on picking it up anyway, and I think it is something that I will like better if I actually play it with people more than solo. Terraforming Mars, that one I busted out because I've had the Colonies expansion, and I've had Venus Next expansion for a while now. Actually, I had Venus Next for many months. Took it out, but I had the problem was I had the base game all sleeved up, and I didn't want to go to the trouble of sleeving up everything else just so I could incorporate the other things. So I finally just did it, and I got 3 games of that in solo. And Terraforming Mars is just still not like one of my go-to solo games. It's very high rated as a solo game, and I can see why, but it takes too long. You get the first rounds go quick because you don't have anything built up, but then you get into the later rounds, and it starts taking a long time, and it's fun and meaty in that way, but I don't know. I played it 3 times, and then I put it away, and I know I'm not going to get rid of it, but I can't get myself to want to go to it as often as I feel like I should want to. I don't know. Gloom Haven. 3 full games. Actually, probably 3.5, because I finished my 0.5 from the last month, if you recall, and then played 3 more. The apps are making all the difference for me. I'm a big tactile guy. I'm not big on playing board games on phones or tablets and stuff. I like the experience of setting stuff up and seeing things and just all the physicality of it. But Gloom Haven is too goddamn much. It just is. And it killed the game for me. wanting to set it up, because also too, time is a huge factor for me. I like to bust out a game when I feel like busting out a game. I just want to bust it out and be done in an hour or something. Gloom Haven takes an hour to set up. So, and take down, I guess, if you were to combine the two. So I just kind of lost it for Gloom Haven. And I've mentioned it in the past, but these apps, holy shit, they change everything. They really do. I'm using Gloom Haven Helper and some scenario, I'll throw it up there so you can see it. But these apps now, I've just got it sitting on the tablet next to the game, and it takes out having to find all the different monsters and get their decks and keep track of their wounds and all the different things that can, the poisoning and the stunning, and for yourself too as a character, really it takes care of all that too. You can keep track of your experience, you can keep track of your gold, you can keep track of so much. And so really all you have to set up is the board, whatever you're exploring, and your characters moving around. And so now it is like the perfect amount of that tactile thing I look for in a game. And all of the stuff that's just much is on this app now. And what's cool too is on the scenario one, it has some of the fan-made stuff that we're doing online, 2 full campaigns. And it's like, so you want to start over with 2 brand new characters. It's like, what? Oh, very exciting. So I've started doing that. I've built one character because I didn't do the Brute and I didn't do the Tinkerer. And so now I get to try them out in these 2 little solo or campaigns that are on this app. And just all, well put together. It's just fantastic. And these apps are free. Holy moly, I can't recommend them enough. So Gloom Haven, 3 plays in of that. Shadowrun Crossfire, that is another one that I traded for and got the original set for, and we started playing it. That one I haven't played solo. That is one that I play with my family, and in particular 2 of them, my wife and my son, and we love it. It's so easy to bust out and remember how to play, and it's tough. And we have incorporated some of the new rules for it. The Runner Edition, is that what it's called? And because it does, it makes the game a little bit easier. There's some things that we've incorporated and some things that we haven't, to just smooth out the game. Because it's kind of, the game really, the original was all or nothing. You kind of would get all this experience, if you will, or not. And they call it karma. And so it'd be just kind of heartbreaking because you get into the game, you get so close, and then everybody kind of goes critical or staggered, and you get nothing for it. And it's just kind of, whereas I think, and I've heard that you can get good at this game to where you can play it even at its original level and win most of the time. We're just not there yet, and it's fine. I mean, I don't necessarily want to be terrific at the game. I just want to experience the game and get that leveling up feeling with it. And now incorporating some of I've been watching videos, I've watched Rahdo, I read through something on Board Game Geek that outlines all the difference between the new Runner Edition. I think that's right. I keep calling it that. And the original edition, so you can do a little cherry picking there. So, and I'd suggest, mod your game, man. Just make sure you enjoy it. Another game that I didn't trade for, but did a video for it, so you can see the overview, is Apex, Theropod deck building game. Got me back into deck building. I didn't realize that I'd missed it so much, I guess. I kind of got Dominion, as everybody, a lot of people got into gaming because of Dominion, period. And that was the beginning of the deck building genre, and played it to death, and then did some more, got into Thunderstone, which was cool. I liked that theme and the story feeling vibe to it better. Anyway, back to Apex. So Apex is about building you play a dinosaur type, and you evolve and you become stronger. That's the deck building part of it. And there's creatures that come out, other dinosaurs that you're trying to take down. There's a big boss that you're trying to ultimately you have to beat, or you lose the game. And only if you kill the boss do you get to claim that you won the game and then you can score if you want. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Renegade. And there's a boss, mother that you're trying to beat or whatever, and you don't win the game unless you do that. But once you do that, then you can score and kind of gauge how you did. And Renegade actually is a deck builder too. So maybe I haven't. There's a new style of deck building that I guess I like. And Apex touched on it, and I got into it. I played that 12 times. Played it a lot, and have since given it back. But I'll probably miss that. But in lieu of Apex, I'll kind of got me back into deck building again, and I'll get to another game here shortly. But now the maybe disappointment of the month, and it's really, I don't know, I guess I'm not just disappointed. I guess I wanted to like it more, and I do like it. I thought I could see my way around. A lot of people picked on what this game looks like. This is a hot designer, Alexander Pfister, and he put out Blackout, Hong Kong, as the latest, and didn't get the highest ratings, but I watched some videos on it. I read the rules and stuff even before I picked the game. I kind of debated to find, to pick it up. Finally did. I can't say that I regret it. It's just, I thought for sure I could see past the drabness of it. And I guess it does. I mean, I wanted to tell myself, it doesn't matter, what a game looks like as long as it plays well. And that still is, that holds true. But still, the game's got to look like something. And it's just this black board and these black pieces, and the cards are so blah, and the everything's just so blah to look at. And I still have it up, and I'm still playing it. I played the game 11 times. And it's cool. It's got this little campaign for solo in the back that you can play, and it ramps up the difficulty. I'm kind of stuck. There's 5 games, and I'm just stuck on number 4. I can't seem to get past it. I felt like, it's kind of easy. I got through the first one, the second one. Now I'm kind of questioning, did I play it right? And the third one took me a couple tries. Then I just blew it away. And now I think I played the 4th one like 5 times now, and I can't get past it. And which is great, because that is a big thing that I look for in gaming. I really don't care to win, actually. It seems, oddly enough, more exciting for me to lose in dramatic fashion. But there's nothing really dramatic about Blackout. There's no dramatic fashion of losing. You just kind of tally up your points at the end, and because you run out of time, and you win or you lose. And so it's just kind of, just leaves something to be desired. It's still, I want to go back to playing Great Western Trail. There's some great fan-made solo variants for that, and that has just that's a deck builder. Jeez Louise. So there's these little deck builders that have snuck in, but not like a full-on deck building experience have I had since Apex in years, really. And so on to my surprise, which I guess I should. I really enjoyed it. And it was inspired by playing Nemesis and that whole aliens theme, and then Apex and the deck building, and I picked up Legendary Encounters Aliens or Alien, and played it 14 times. And I just picked that up like, I don't know, 2 weeks before the end of the month, and I played the shit out of it. It was, that theme I love, because I love the movies, and just the gameplay is so quick and so smooth, and like I said, so thematic. You've got this deck that you're flipping over cards that are creating. Well, you don't know what they're creating. These cards are it could be bad guys. It could be they could be hazards. They could be events. They can be all these things, and they come out face down, and you got your cards, which again, it seems like there's just this common thing of deck building. There's you buy cards, and you have sort of attack points, and you have buy points, and all these different deck builders call them different things, but that's essentially what it is. And you use attack points to expose what's coming down the line, and then eventually, if you don't expose it, it's going to come into the it's going to come into, I don't know, the spot where it starts really affecting you. You got to flip it over and deal with it one way or another. If it's an alien, it starts attacking you. And I like the idea of you get to play a character, and that character just has a little tinge of a specialty to it. So you kind of want to build your deck in a certain way. And the barracks, where you build where all the cards are that you buy, you can build that differently each game, and have 4 different styles of cards in your deck, which all kind of represent characters that are in the movies. And there's 4 different movie. You can play all 4 movies, so to speak. And as you're playing the movie, it moves according to the dialogue of the movie. And so you can relate to it, especially if you like the movies as much as I did. And so it just hooked me right away. And I was already in full tilt deck building mode with Apex. And I just started chain playing this. Just bam, 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 just started playing. I know sometimes you lose pretty quick, but more often than not, you'd come down to the very end and you just can't take out, again, you have to kind of take out the boss to win the game. And, I see myself playing that a lot more. I think I'm going to be picking up the expansion for it just to get all the goodies. And, but, man, it didn't have one of my favorite characters in it. It didn't have the badass chick in Aliens who's like, let's rock! Vasquez, that's who it was. There was no Vasquez! What kind of Aliens movie or game or whatever that didn't have Vasquez in it? Okay, of course there was there was a bunch of iconic characters in that movie. But anyway, so back to the gaming and what pulled out the MVP status, the most voraciously played this time. Again, so this is, wow, we got 2 record-setting things here. One, I don't think I've played 72 sessions of games in a month, not least of all the shortest month. And then 2, MVP back-to-back is Nemesis. And there's just no competing with this game for me. This is going to be in my top 10 at the end of the year. I just know it's going to be. And because, too, there's going to be more stuff coming for it. There was like a wave 1 this game coming out, and if you were lucky enough that your store got it, or if you're part of the Kickstarter. So I understand it's pretty difficult to get. It's a very spendy game in Nemesis. $140 I think is for the base game, but buying it at the store, it came with all the goodies. It came with the Kickstarter stuff, and so I have this cool campaign, this game this campaign that I can play solo, but you have to play, I think you have to play at least 2 characters. And and I've kind of experimented with it. I haven't really dabbled into it. I just want to experience it like fully. Like I haven't even looked in the little, it's cool. It's like this little cartoon kind of thing that you play through. And so there's a story to it, but the pieces mean different things. And so like when you flip over an encounter token, it's not going to necessarily mean, that you have to set a fire token. It means that you're going to have to do something that's very specific to that particular story of the campaign. And so I am looking forward to getting into that more. I have since done an overview video of it. I've done a playthrough of it. And I tell you, this game, I just get all sorts of salty playing this game. And I think that's what so does it for me, is just the experience of playing this game is so immersive. You get personally just involved in it every single time, and you can play it so quickly. Like it really doesn't take much to set up anymore. Well, I haven't taken it down. And so and to reset doesn't take all that much. And it just feels like so much game in such a little bit of time. And I can't get enough of it. And so I'll be putting up another playthrough, which is just, I'd be really interested too, to know what your thoughts are on playthroughs that are just playthroughs for entertainment purposes. I find them entertaining to make, and just sharing my love of a game is very attractive to me. I just love doing it. I just want to, it's like when you love something so much, you just want to share it. You just want everybody to just know how much I love it and share all that, everything that goes into it emotionally. And because it really takes a special game to bring that out of you. And this game does it for me. So Nemesis, I've got another second playthrough, and it has a flip side. So I played on the basic board. There's a basic Nemesis ship. Then you can flip it over. There's an alternate side, a different ship that's even supposedly tougher. And I did a playthrough. I will probably be putting that out here with this video or very soon after this one. So if it's out, you'll see it up there. And check it out and let me know what you think. I don't know, there's a lot of videos out there that are done purely for entertainment, except for what you might find on Twitch channels or live channels and stuff. But I kind of got the idea from my kids as well, who just like watching Markiplier. They like watching a lot of these YouTubers who just play video games to play video games, and they just like having them on. They just like listening to them, and they just like the ambience. I don't know exactly. And so if I can, I'm almost looking to kind of create that in board game. And I'm curious if it's something that can even take. I don't know, because I like making that kind of video. Probably not as much as I like doing this one. I just like sharing everything that I played in a month, but almost more than I like, definitely more than I like doing reviews or even overviews or how to play, is just sitting down and playing. I mean, I just love playing games, but certain games, just bringing you into that world or bringing the viewer into that world with me is just kind of very appealing. So let me know if that you think is something that could take off, or let me know if there's other people out there kind of doing that you really enjoy watching, and what kind of value there might be there other than other entertainment, or even is that enough? I talked so much about Nemesis last time. I don't want to beat it into the ground again. It's just a fantastic game. If you want to know more about it, check out last month's video. Check out the playthroughs. So in closing, I got a couple games I'm looking forward to. Part of a trade, sort of a borrowing swap game thing, which I'm kind of getting into, and I'll probably touch on that more if it becomes something that's very viable, and I think it will be. Clank. Adventures in Space, or Clank in Space, or whatever that has a very cool little app that you can download, and you can play a campaign through solo. So I'm looking forward to that. I also have the expansion. I don't know if that incorporates in it, but I'll let you know how that goes. And then probably the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is Euphoria. Euphoria and Ignorance is Bliss, the expansion coming out for it. I tried Euphoria, I want to say a couple years back, with a fan-made solo variant, and I didn't take to it at all, and I just gave the game back. I actually borrowed it from my local game store, gave it back, and I like the game, but the solo just didn't do it for me. Well, this Ignorance is Bliss is getting rave reviews, and people are liking it too. Gaia Project, the same Automa Factory that made Gaia Project solo, has done it with this game, and I am freaking stoked because it just looks like just the juiciest Euro, and it looks glorious, and I'm hearing great things about it, so I've got it on pre-order. It should be here by mid-month, and I will definitely be putting up some thoughts on that one. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I'd love to hear any comments that you have or any questions you have on anything I'm playing, or if you're like, dude, just try this. Oh, that was another one. Dungeon Degenerates. Somebody gave me a tip on that, and I looked into it, and man, it's so fun to just hear from you guys, like just things that, like, I've got my finger or thumb or whatever on the pulse, man. I am always, I'm just scanning everything, and for a game like Dungeon Degenerates to just pop out, it's like, what? I've never heard of that. And I looked into it. Looks fantastic. So that's one that I'm going to be looking into. And so thank you so much for your comments and some suggestions, and it's all appreciated. And please, I probably don't ask of it enough, but please let me know that you're alive, and as you're watching this, what you're thinking. Please go ahead and say stuff down there. And until next time, I'm Board Game Rants, and I'm out.